Welcome to Mr. English Podcast, the channel where you learn English and change your life at the same time. Here, we don't just teach you words, we teach you wisdom. We don't just improve your grammar, we upgrade your mindset. So, relax, take a deep breath, and get ready for a journey of self-discovery and growth.
Yes, and today's episode is something special. We're going to talk about a powerful truth. The moment you decide to change your life, everything around you starts to change. The title of our episode, It's Time to Change Your Life for Good.
Let's start with a question. When was the last time you looked at yourself in the mirror and asked, am I really living the life I want? Most of us live on autopilot. We wake up, go to work, scroll through our phones, and repeat. Days turn into weeks, weeks until months, and suddenly years pass by. And then we realize we've been busy, but not alive.
That's true. And you know what's scary? Most people wait for a crisis to change. They wait for a breakup, for a job loss, for failure. But you don't have to wait. You can decide today, right now. Change starts the moment you say, I'm done with this version of myself. It's time for more.
Exactly. But let's be real. Change isn't easy. If it were, everyone would live a perfect life. The truth is, our brain hates change. It loves comfort. That's why people stay in toxic relationships, unhappy jobs, and bad habits. It's not because they can't leave, it's because their mind has made comfort their cage.
I like that line. Comfort is a cage, and the key to freedom is self-awareness. When you realize that you're not growing, that's the first sign you need change. Growth and discomfort always come together. You can't become someone new by staying where you are.
Right. And here's something interesting for our listeners who are also learning English. The word change comes from the old French word changer, which means to alter. In life, we can't expect better results if we never alter our daily actions. Even small changes in your language, your routine, and your thoughts can shift your entire future.
So true. And that's why this episode isn't just about motivation, it's about action. We're going to share steps, ideas, and stories that can help you create a new version of yourself. Because life isn't waiting. The question is, are you ready to move?
Let's do this because it's not too late. It's never too late. The best time to start changing your life was yesterday. The second best time is today.
So we've talked about why change matters, but now let's talk about how to change. Because motivation without direction is like fire without oxygen. It burns fast but dies quickly. To change your life for good, you need more than a spark. You need a system.
That's true. Change begins with your habits. Most people think big decisions change their life, but it's actually the small, repeated actions that do. The things you do daily shape who you become. If you want to change your life, you have to change your day.
Yes, there's a famous saying, you don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. So if your system is full of bad habits, staying up late, negative thinking, wasting time online, your goals won't save you. But if your system supports learning, growth, and action, success becomes automatic.
Exactly. Let's make it simple. There are 3 habits that can completely change your life. 1. Morning mindset. Don't start your day with your phone. Start it with your mind. Spend 10 minutes in silence, think, plan, and breathe. When you control your morning, you control your day.
2. Learn something new every day. Read, listen, or watch something that adds value to your mind. Language learners, for example, can listen to podcasts like this one to grow in both English and life. 3. Reflect at night. Ask yourself, did I grow today? Did I learn something new? Did I take one step toward my dream? Even one small yes means progress.
I love that. And I'd add one more. Choose your company wisely. You can't change your life if you're surrounded by people who don't want to grow. Your circle is your mirror. If your friends only gossip, complain, or judge, your energy will fall. But if they dream, read, and build, your spirit will rise.
That's so true. And I want to share a real story. There's a man named Nick Vujicic. He was born without arms and legs. Imagine that. No arms, no legs, just a body and a heart. He could have given up, but instead, he chose to change his mindset. Today, he's a world-famous speaker, teaching millions of people how to find purpose.
Yes, I've seen his story, and it's so inspiring. It shows us that change is not about conditions, it's about decisions. You can't always control your situation, but you can always control your attitude.
Exactly. And this brings us to the second part of transformation, mindset. Your mind is like soil. Whatever you plant grows. If you plant fear, you grow worry. If you plant courage, you grow strength. The words you repeat to yourself every day become your truth, so choose them wisely.
Here's a powerful exercise for our listeners. Every morning, look into the mirror and say, I'm capable. I'm improving. I'm changing. It may sound simple, but it trains your subconscious mind. And over time, your brain starts to believe it. That's how real transformation begins.
Beautiful. And I like to connect this with language learning too. When someone says, I can't speak English, they're programming their brain to stop trying. But when they say, I'm learning to speak English, the brain opens doors. Words shape your world.
That's right. Your thoughts become words. Words become actions. Actions become habits. And habits become your destiny. So never underestimate one positive thought. It can change your entire life.
And if you're listening right now, remember this. The process of change is not fast, but it's worth it. Every great story of success started with one person who refused to stay the same.
That's true. And I think in our final part, we should talk about how to stay consistent because starting is easy, but staying strong is the real challenge.
Perfect. Let's do that. In the next part, we'll explore how to keep going even when it gets hard and how to make your change permanent.
So we've talked about change, habits, and mindset, but here's the real question. How do we keep going? Because let's be honest, starting is exciting, but continuing is hard. Everyone feels motivated on day 1, but what about day 50? That's where discipline and consistency come in.
Exactly. Motivation gets you started, but discipline keeps you going. It's like brushing your teeth. You don't do it because it's fun. You do it because it's necessary. The same rule applies to success. Small, boring actions done daily lead to extraordinary results.
You're so right. And one thing I've learned is that progress is invisible at first. You might not see results for weeks or months, but something magical is happening inside you. Every time you say no to laziness, no to negativity, no to fear, you're training your inner strength.
Absolutely. Let's take an example. Think about bamboo. When you plant a bamboo seed, it doesn't grow above the ground for almost 5 years. Nothing, just silence. But during those years, its roots are growing deep. And when it finally grows, it shoots up 90 feet in a few weeks. That's how success works. You might not see progress, but your roots are growing.
Wow, that's such a powerful example. So, to everyone listening, if you feel like nothing is changing, don't quit. The work you're doing today is building the foundation for tomorrow's growth.
Exactly. And remember, the brain learns through repetition. If you keep doing something long enough, it becomes part of your identity. You no longer try to be disciplined, you simply are disciplined. That's the secret of permanent change.
And it's the same with learning English. Many people say, I've been learning for months, but I'm still not fluent. But fluency doesn't come overnight. It's built through patience, practice, and positivity. Every new word, every new sentence, every podcast like this one, it's a brick in the house of your future.
Yes, so here's something powerful to remember. Discipline is doing what you must, even when you don't feel like it. Because feelings are temporary, but results are forever.
Let's share one more story before we wrap up. It's about J.K. Rowling, the author of Harry Potter. Before success, she was a single mother, jobless, and rejected by 12 publishers. But she never gave up. She kept writing. And today, her books have inspired millions around the world. That's what happens when you stay consistent.
Exactly. And every successful person you admire once stood where you are, right now, uncertain, scared, and doubting themselves. The difference is they didn't stop. They kept moving.
And you can too. No matter how dark it seems, no matter how far you've fallen, you can rise again. You can rebuild. You can start over. Because you're not stuck. You're just preparing for your next chapter.
Beautifully said. So, if you're listening to this right now, here's your reminder. Stop waiting for the right moment. It doesn't exist. The right moment is the one you decide to take action. And that moment is now.
Today, we've shared a simple truth. Change is not an event, it's a journey. It's built one thought, one habit, and one choice at a time. If you stay patient, if you stay consistent, your future will thank you.
So don't just listen to this episode, live it. Wake up tomorrow and do one thing that brings you closer to your dream. Read, learn, move, and speak with confidence because every small step counts.
And remember, you're not alone. We're here with you every step of the way, helping you learn English, grow your mind, and believe in yourself.
This is your time, your moment, your life. Don't waste it waiting. Don't let fear decide for you. Take control and make your story worth telling.
Because at the end of the day, change doesn't start somewhere else. It starts with you. So look in the mirror and say, I'm ready. It's time to change my life for good.
Thank you for joining us on Mr. English Podcast. If this episode inspired you, share it with a friend and keep spreading the message of growth and learning.
And don't forget to subscribe because next episode will be even more powerful. Until then, stay strong, stay kind, and keep changing your life for good.
See you next time.
See you next time.